Hey everybody, I hope you're doing good today. Recently I was just thinking, the new Bannerlord game is coming out, and I know that I've had this game for a while. I have played it a decent amount. I've played several mods on it, so I am pretty good, although I'm probably rusty in some manner. It's just been a while since I've played this game, and I thought because I know Bannerlord isn't, or I don't know the exact release date right now. I do know that things have really been heating up with that, and that actually it's going to be coming out eventually. So I decided that maybe I wanted to hit this game back up, do another run through with it, but I always wanted to go ahead and record it. So I decided that maybe today was the day to do that, and so yeah, here we are. We're going to start a new game here. We're going to go in with the campaign. I don't have any loaded games at the moment, due to the fact that actually I've uninstalled and reinstalled this game. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. I'm not the best at reading, so honestly, if you guys want to read some of the text that I'm not willing to read, you guys can pause the video. I'll give a good section of time for this. This is basically just saying welcome, that this is where you create your character. This process, you get your, original stats, choose your gender. It is interesting, if you click female, you do you actually feel like the difference in the respect towards female and male. I have played once as a female character just to see what it was like. It was a little more interesting, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with male here because I am actually a dude. So yeah, this game here is honestly, it's a great game. I love this game so much. This was one of my first Steam games that I ever bought. I've had it for several years now, and I have a lot of hours, and I don't want to admit it, but I have like several hundred hours on this game. I've drained so much of my life playing this game. It's honestly crazy. I'm going to go with a veteran warrior, because why not? I'm going to go with a craftsman apprentice. I'm gonna be a smith, but if I get a game poacher, I think I might get some higher archery skills, so I actually am gonna go with this. And I want to do this for lust for money and power. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Alrighty. So we click that and we get this stats menu here. And I'm gonna let myself quit without saving. However, I'm not gonna use it like abusively and quit and go back to an earlier save whenever I fuck up. I'm only gonna use this because I have run into the situations in which you play out a battle and it doesn't work out. Like, one guy gets stuck at one part of the map, and it's better to, I don't know, if something goes wrong, I guess I could retreat, but if something goes wrong, I want to be able to do this, and this lets me save multiple saves, so I'm gonna do this, and I won't use it abusively, sorry, I promise. Okay, so I'm going to click that. I should also add the fact that I am using the Vex native mod. You can get that in the Steam Workshop, or you can go and I'll give you the link down below, and a video on how to install it. I'll link you to one of those. It's a great mod. It really cuts down on the grindiness of the game. It is really one of the more boring aspects of it, but you get more experience and more money from basically killing bandits, so you don't have to do it as much and grind as much. It's very nice. So we're going to hop in here. I'm going to name myself Mark. I already know that I want to dump a lot of these points into archery. And I'm going to go ahead and put several of these points into agility because I want to get my riding skill up, because later in the game it's really nice to get a riding level of 4, I believe it is, because then you can get some really good horses, and that's great, but it's harder to get experience later down the line. Like, we're level 1 right now, we really only need 600 experience, but this will get up into like the 100,000s, you know what I'm saying? So it'll get more difficult, and I kind of want to get that going here now. I could take charisma, which would push me towards leadership, which would let me basically recruit more troops and manage them. Intelligence would, for every intelligence point you click, I'll go ahead and do one right here. You get another skill point. If I go ahead and I'm going to put another one in Charisma, I don't get another skill point from it because every time you level up, you get 1 point to put in here and 1 skill point. But if you put it into Intelligence, you get 2. Pretty much is how that works out. So these are your overall attributes, and these are your more specified skills. I think that I'm going to go ahead and put some into inventory management, prisoner management, so that I can take prisoners on the battlefield and sell them to make some great cash. I'm going to put a bunch of points in trainer when I can. I can't right now because my intelligence level is low. But once I crank that up, it'll be really nice to be able to train troops much faster, because that can be another kind of grindy type thing. The things up here are connected with the attribute of strength. I don't think I'm going to go for these right off the bat, because they make minor differences, but down the line that's going to be very helpful. I'm going to go for looting, because I want to get more loot, obviously. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I think I'm going to dump another one into wound treatment, so that it's, wound treatment, no, I gotta leave it on there. Wound treatment, party healing speed is increased by 20% per skill level, which would be fantastic. I'm going to dump everything into archery, like I said, and I got a skill left over. I'll just dump that into one-handed, and done. Now, I'm not going to I'm not going to, like, dwell on my character creation here, because honestly I don't care that much, and we are going to be wearing a helmet most of the game anyways, and it's an older game for sure. It's not as graphically pleasing as some other games, but I really do admire the strategy that is implemented in this game, and the sandbox element that is here. So maybe we don't have the best character models. I'm sure they're going to improve that in Bannerlord, which is the sequel to this game, which looks fantastic, I might add. So I'm just going to kind of randomize one until I find a guy that I like. Maybe change the hair a little bit. Very sensitive screen here. And change the hair color to more of brown. And we'll go for something like that, and I think that maybe we go for that. Alright, I'm gonna hit done here. Now this is a very important screen right here, and I mean, I say that, but it's important, but it also, like, if you pick somewhere and you want to end up going somewhere else, it's not that big of a deal. But basically this screen says that you can start at the Kingdom of Swadia, the Kingdom of the Vagars, the Kurgat Kanet, I think is how you pronounce that, the Kingdom of Nords, the Kingdom of Rhodoks, and the Serenid Solitude. I always just said Solitude, so let's just go with that. Screw it. I'm not the best at reading, like I said, so, and I've already read all these before, so, I think I'm gonna go with the Kingdom of Rhodoks just because I like their troops the best. Not only do I like the green that they have on the map color, I also like the fact that they have archers. Archers are probably my favorite unit in this entire game, and the Rhodoks have the best ones. I mean, they're crossbowmen, but they're put under the same tab, pretty much. The Kurgats are primarily horsemen. The Nords are primarily infantry. Swadia is in the middle. They generally get owned, I'm not gonna lie. They have, I believe, decent cavalry, but really shitty-ass infantry and archers, so I'm not gonna go with them. The Vagars, I should add, the Rhodoks have the highest, their archers deal the highest damage. The Vagars, however, are the fastest. So the Vagars can do about 3 to 1 when it comes to, basically their archers can shoot 3 arrows while they shoot 1 bolt. but these guys do more damage in one bolt than these guys do with 3 arrows, is pretty much how it works. The Vagers they have good cavalry, and they have good infantry. They're all around pretty good. I'm still gonna go with the Road Oaks. I've also played with them much more, so I kind of feel safe going back to playing with them. The Serenid Salitude is, again, that's what I'm gonna call it, but I believe their infantry's okay, but you really have to upgrade them before you get down to, like, the veteran warrior kind of area, before they get good. Otherwise, their Mamluks, I believe they're called, which are their cavalry units, are also pretty fantastic. Again, my mouse would respond. I'm going to go ahead and click with the Road Oaks and continue here. And I'm going to start in Jellica, which is the capital of the Road Oaks. And they always do, you start out with this little thing, basically you get ambushed by several bandits, and you have to take them out. I start with a bow here, and... Oh, that sounds... Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just lower that, like... Okay, that's still pretty loud, isn't it? Okay. And there, I hope that's better. Again, the sound might not be... Okay, no, that's the merchant dude. Again, the sound might not be the best. I'm going to play with it much more and get it better, but the way my speakers are set up, my mic just really loves to pick up that sound from the game. And so I'll try to adjust that later. But basically the merchant here finds you after you get ambushed, takes you back to his house, and basically explains that there are several bandit problems. You can just leave right now, but I do suggest talking to him to get the first tutorial quest. Basically because he just gives you 100 silver coins, which in this game are referred to as dinars. So if you talk to him, he says, "Now let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigands in the hills driven to banditry by the war, debt for or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us that it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house, out alone after dark in times like these. Well, I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse, but he's family, so what can I do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your investments either, and I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about a ransom, but I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with a blade, and more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly, or you wouldn't be coming to Calradia to seek your fortune. By the way, Calradia is basically the country that we're in right now. It's divided among all those factions that we previously talked about. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson that they won't forget, and get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? So you can say I'm interested, and basically he'll pay you some money, and it starts the quest. Now, this quest has no timer because it is the tutorial quest. I don't believe that I'm going to do it just because it's a very basic. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. If you click I'm not interested, it's pretty much a bad idea. Basically, you start off with only 30 dinars, I believe it is, instead of 130. So I'm going to click interested. See, I got 100 dinars here, and I've taken the first quest. I don't know why I couldn't say that. You won't be able to do this by yourself, though. If you try and take on the whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted. I'll warrant you first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads in the villages around here looking for a bit of work. That's more interesting than tilling the soil or hauling water. They'll follow you if you pay, so take this purse of 100 dinars. Consider it an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use the money to hire some help. I'll reckon that you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. And then I say, very good, sir, I'll go and collect 5 men. And he says, good. And I can basically find him in the tavern whenever I'm ready to proceed with this. So we hit tab to leave, and we see this entire map here. It's quite an extensive map. It's pretty large for the game. The blue here is the Kingdom of Rhodoks, and I should also add, with the mod I'm using, it does change the color palette slightly for the kingdom's names, just to make things a little bit better, easier to see. Over here, this is a lighter purple generally, and this is a gray instead of an orange, which makes things very hard to see. And this is more of a light blue. But anyways, we start out at Angelica. And basically what the first quest is we go to one of these towns, and we recruit 5 or more men. And then we go back to him, and he says, okay, you know, come with me. Or, no, he tells me where the bandit lair is, and then you go and you find it, and you fight, like, 10 bandits, and then you go back to him, and then you fight some more bandits in the streets. It's not that fun. Or at least for me. It might be for you if you're playing this game. So, yeah. I think we're gonna go ahead and head to Bouvren. This is basically just a guide to navigating this map. If we pause right here, we can see that we have some looters right here. There's 19 of these guys. Generally, they're very weak, and they're easy to beat, but right now they're pretty much on the same level as me. So, at the beginning of the game, these guys are very scary to fight, but they will be our first opponents once we get some guys rounded up. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And basically you can go ahead and here, and you can recruit volunteers. It costs 10 dinars to recruit one person, so 130 dinars means we're recruiting 13 dudes. We still have 30 dinars, so I guess you start with 60. And we've got 13 Rhodok tribesmen, which is fantastic. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend... I could wait the night and try to upgrade these guys, but I'm going to actually attack this party of 4 looters here. Surrender or die, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into the action. So basically you get off of your map, and you get here and you get all your guys. They are kind of derpy in the way that they move around. I'm going to move this down a little bit. There. Okay. And so basically, I'm going to ride ahead just because these guys are very weak and they can die to looters. I could even die if there was enough of them, of course. I'm going to ride up this hill, and I hit backspace. You can see over here, these are our dudes, the beige guys. That's the infantry color. Archers and cavalry have different colors. And the enemy is over here, and then this is me. I'm going to see if I can get to them first, so that I can take them out, because that would be preferable. There they are. So, I know it does take some getting used to, especially to start playing this game, but like I said, I've played much of this game, so I'm pretty good with the mechanics, the attack mechanics. And it looks like my weapons aren't strong enough to actually kill them, but that's fine. The weaker they are, the better for my dudes. There's only one left. It's not that actually large of a fight, because it's only 4 of them. So, we win and we'll get a little bit of bonus money, whatever they had on them, pretty much. And because I took that prisoner management skill, I can now take one prisoner I can capture and then, take him. and this plus sign indicates that some people have leveled up. One dude is ready to upgrade. I'm gonna go ahead and hit done, because you get some, basically get experience for the battle, and then you go to this menu, you can take stuff from their, basically what they were wearing or carrying, and sell it, and then you hit return, and then it shares a, like, blanketed amount of experience. So now there's 2 guys ready to upgrade. We have 77 dinars. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade spearmen, because at this point in the game, you really do want some infantry. How much money? I have 57 dinars. So we're going to see if we can avoid these guys, and we're going to speed up time here. And get here. Recruit 5 dudes, and now we should have a larger party. Alright guys, so we're going to be heading to the market here. Because I got some stuff off of those looters and I want to sell it just to make some extra cash. I'm also going to go ahead and sell these furs that I have, because I really don't need them. And I'm going to sell that shield, because I also don't really need that. So I'm going to make 760 dinars, which is going to be fantastic. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell my meat. Now, you lose morale for doing this, but it's going to be great because these other foods cost much less than this meat. So I'm getting, like, you know, 160 dinars, roughly, from selling that. Now I can buy more food back, basically. So I make 743 dinars, and now I can go ahead and afford to recruit some more troops. Now, because I recruited from these 2 villages, I'm gonna have to go to another one. You basically have to wait like a couple of weeks in game before you can recruit again. So got another 7 dudes there. Just want to build up the army before we go ahead and take on any bandits. Because, you know, yeah. Oh, I didn't even mean to click that, but that's fantastic. So, this, village is infested with bandits, and basically the farmers will join our army, the peasants of the village, and they're basically just other peasants, and we'll fight these dudes. There's not that many here. I think it's 13. Yeah, 13. So we're gonna own them, but it's great XP, not gonna lie. You get honor for it. Eventually, you're gonna need honor. Okay, so these are forest bandits. They're not looters. They just did do some damage to me. Like I said, I really need to fix this sound problem. But basically, they have better armor. Every area has their own bandits, I believe. These are forest bandits. They are in primarily the Swadian territories, but you can also find them in the Rodok territories. If you refuse this, you get honor, which is something that's fantastic, and you gain reputation with the village, so you can recruit more people. So basically, back to the whole bandit thing. Mountain bandits are in this region. Forest bandits are in here and here. I want to say it's marauders are in here, or maybe it's manhunters. I don't know. Whatever. And then there's a lot of deserters in this area. And then there's what are they? Tundra bandits here and Sea Raiders here. Sea Raiders are the strongest bandit group, and sorry it took me a minute to get there. I haven't played this game for a while. Where am I? Oh, I'm back here. Okay, so we do have a party of 38 now. Definitely time to start leveling our troops up. I don't think it's even been an entire day in this game. Gotta upgrade all these guys to spearmen. And so we're just gonna, like, you know, move around here and try to find some dudes. There's some. 20. That'll be good. If we can catch them. They're faster than us. That's the only problem with getting more troops, is that you lose speed. So they've got a speed of, oh no. I think we're faster than them. Okay. Charge them. So, you know, the beginning game is not that eventful due to the fact that actually you're very poor, very low level, and very, you know, don't have a lot of troops, and very weak troops, that if you do have any. So slightly bigger battle this time. And I'm showing these battles in the beginning. Eventually, I'll probably just skip simple battles like this, especially if they're with fans later on down the line. Just due to the fact that they're all the same, they're boring. But if it's like a really weird battle, like with bandits, or if it's like abnormally large, or something like that, like later down the line I'll show it, or if I just feel like showing it, but yeah, so for right now I'm showing you the battles, but eventually this will be in a lot less. And eventually we won't even be fighting these bandits, but I'd rather be fighting Sea Raiders, because they drop air. But yeah, see, even with Tragedy, like, we haven't lost a single guy. We have 3 dudes that are losing, which is fantastic. They don't die. They don't lose money. Pretty much. What's great about it. So yeah, we'll build up a lot of money from basically just fighting these guys. The one thing that this mod does, and it's probably my favorite feature, I'm going to go ahead and head to Bellica. And I'm going to speed things up, is that generally you have to hunt down a ransom broker to sell your dudes. In this mod, it just makes it easy on you, and you can go to any tavern and go to the tavern keeper, which is basically the person basically at the other end of the bar. So it's that lady over there, and you can basically get up here and you know, I have prisoners to sell and then sell them here. It makes it easier because, honestly, it's completely random where they spawn, and it's kind of a waste of time. And also, mercenaries are much cheaper to buy, just because in the regular game, they're a huge pain in the ass. And they come in a lot larger stacks. So, like, 64 is not something you're going to find in the regular game. You might find, like, 12 max, or maybe, like, 3, you know what I'm saying? But that makes it very nice, especially for startup kingdoms later down the line, which is something you can't do in this game. I mean, if you don't already know. So I'm just gonna sell all of this stuff off. We need to keep our money high right now so that we can keep upgrading our dudes. That's gonna be pretty essential. Already got some trained spearmen, and most of our guys are getting all the way up to spearmen. This plus also means that I have an upgrade. I cannot do it from here. I have to go down to the character menu. Right now, I think I'm doing good on troops. Every 3 points you can invest in something new. So I can't invest into another point until I have 12 agility. That's how it works, because these all are keyed to one of these 4. With charisma, I could get another point of leadership if I had 9. So if I did another one, I'd be able to do this. But I don't want to, so I'm going to reset the change, and I'm going to go for intelligence, just so I can get some of that surgery, I think it is. Each point to the skill gives 4% chance that a mortally struck party member will be wounded rather than killed, which is going to be huge. So I'm going to go ahead and dump a point in there, and like I said, you get 2 skill points for the intelligence attribute. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do prisoner management, just because I really do want to be cranking out that money right now. So now, basically, especially at this point in the game, you're just going to run around and kill some bandits. You just hold down Control and Space to move fast. That is one of the lords, if you're wondering why he has so many dudes and why he's got, like, veteran troops. Each of the kingdoms have a certain amount of lords. I can go to the notes, factions, and the Kingdom of Road Oaks. This is their symbol. It occupies all of these territories, and you can click on them and get information. And these are the vassals, which are basically the lords of the place. They hold armies, and they also hold property. You can become a lord for any kingdom on the map. You can also start your own kingdom. You can also just not join a kingdom and be like pretty much your own dude. The only downside is to that, you can't really get anywhere to store troops, which is really annoying. That's why you want to become a lord or eventually a king. That'd be preferable. And also you can become a mercenary, and well, I mean, you can pretty much do anything you want, but you can become a mercenary as well for one of the people, one of the kingdoms. So that's pretty much a stepping stone to becoming a lord. So, you know, you go to a lord and you're like, hey, I'll be your mercenary. Or he'll ask you, basically. I'll get into that another time. And then you go from there, prove yourself, and then you can become a lord. So that's kind of the process there. I'm definitely going to try to become a lord for the Rodoks. But I need them to go to war first with somebody to need me. I don't think any wars are going on. Oh, okay. No. So there's a war between the Rodoks and the Serenids. So here. So they could want me. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and do that yet. I'm literally level 2, and I should level up first. Maybe when I'm like level 10 or something. So yeah, but I think that's going to conclude this episode. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride around a little bit more. I'm going to kill some other people. I'm going to try to get up to 2,000 dinars pretty much. I'm going to recruit some more tribesmen and spearmen, and I think that's going to be all. I'm going to make all these guys spearmen, and then I'm going to recruit some more dudes, and maybe level my character up to, like, level 3, level 4, so that we'll have, like, a better platform to start the next episode on. So if you guys did enjoy this, please do show your support, yeah, hope to see you guys next time.